last word, brother?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it up.
Okay.
Because I did have an interaction. But we don't need to talk about it. But
we do.
Oh, yeah.
We do, but not like extensively, because I think our friend and regular troll, Bill Danger Robinson, is probably
he's back again.
Yeah, he's back again, and I think this time. I just have to, and I hate to do this to anybody because I think everybody should be able to say what they want to say. I might just have to block his IP from the site because I'm just getting tired.
What's going on?
Okay, well, this guy, this is going back several episodes, like months and months ago.
It's an arc. Okay.
Yeah, he was trolling on the site. Basically, he's just one of these guys who, if our comment system, Discuss, is the same comment system on all the local media websites.
Lots of sites use that, yeah.
So, he's up to over 2,300 comments on said sites.
He has a lot of time.
He has a lot of time.
How many numbers was that?
Over 2,000.
2,350 some, I think.
Wow.
As of this sentence.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. As of right now, I'm sure that probably went up another 100 in the last, hour or so that we've been talking. But a guy who he's a good representative of what you see on most of these sites, where he just spews hatred at whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It could be like a wonderful story about someone fighting cancer or something like that, and he'd be like, "Why?" I
don't want to go so far as to say hatred. Maybe just negativity.
It's very negative. Yeah. He really just shits. He shits on the area. He shits on the people in the area. Everybody's ignorant. Everybody sucks.
He's a jerk pigeon.
Well, that's unfortunate for him.
Jerked?
No, not jerked pigeon. He's a jerk pigeon.
I didn't think you could jerk squab.
Just one of these guys that, he'll just find some sort of fault and stuff. So he comes around on the site, every once in a while, and decides that he's just gonna. Yeah, exactly.
So
he found an article from 2 months ago, and it was a video about the area, and it was basically trying to defend Scranton a little bit. So of course he had to jump on it and say, "No, Scranton's awful. It's full of evil, racist hate and all this other kind of shit."
Yeah, he said we're more racist than West Virginia.
Right.
Wow.
Well, here's his thing. His proof for this was that he had read a book, and in the book claimed that basically the book is about how people's social media searches and their Google searches and things like that relate to their attitudes and their personalities. Like, what does it say about us? So, okay, that's fair. And he said, in the book, it says that West Virginia searched for the N-word quite a bit. So therefore, maybe we can conclude that they're probably pretty racist. Now, I don't know. You see, the thing that the search lacks is it's context. Is why are they searching for it? Who is searching for it? I'm not. There's a lot of questions to be had there. So he's saying,
what if there's a college course discussing race relations and history?
What if you're looking up NWA lyrics?
Right. Exactly. And we gave a lot of scenarios as to now. Obviously, me questioning this, he just immediately snapped back and just started crapping on me, for trying to defend the area a little bit. And because he was saying that, well, I looked it up in Google, because Google can, if you go through their statistics, they can show you like what people search for in certain areas. He said, well, I can show you that more people search for the N-word in Scranton and Wilkes-Barre than they do in West Virginia.
Wow.
Now, and it was by maybe less than 10 people, I think, that he was able to conclude this. So I said, I'm sorry, but I think you need a little bit more proof than a Google search to make a general statement about the area and say everyone here are Nazis. They're just racist as hell.
Wow.
Because of how often they search for one particular word. And
a vile word.
A vile word, but a word. And so then he just started going off about us and the podcast and this and that and the website and how we should be doing this and should be doing that. So so we said, why don't you
negatively trying to tell us to be proactive?
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So we say, all right, well, why don't you come on the show? You call in. And we'll actually have a real discussion with you. Like, we'll talk to you. Because, we always have guests that obviously are generally amicable. They're here to talk about something good about the area.
Right.
So let's have somebody on the show who
not so happy.
Yeah.
We're not Fox News. We're not Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah. And we're not, he obviously knows,
Hannity.
How we feel about this and how we feel about the area. Otherwise, why would we be running the site? And he refused to come on the show.
Did he give a reason?
He said that it would be an ambush, in his words.
Okay. Has he... Okay, I mean, I would propose to this gentleman, does he listen to everything?
No. That's,
okay.
He refuses.
By the way, I mean, does he listen to like the podcasts?
The only reason that he knew we were talking to him is because I linked to him, because we cut out the last word on our YouTube and just put that as a separate thing.
Okay. So this
he only watched the clip that talked about him. He doesn't watch the shows. Like, he commented on one of our earlier podcasts and said that, well, you missed a real opportunity to talk to this guest about this. And I said, well, if you listen to the show, we actually got into that in depth, as a matter of fact.
I think that's how this whole thing actually started.
Right, exactly. He was picking apart something he hadn't even listened to. Like, so he's just one of those guys.
Can I make one favor request?
Sure.
If he says anything nasty about me, don't tell me. Just delete it. If he says, I'm not even kidding you, sir. If you have anything nasty to say about me,
screenshot it and frame it.
If he wants, no. If someone ever has something nasty to say to me, they want to directly contact me. That's fine. I don't want to find it in a comment section.
Can I read what I wrote?
Absolutely,
real quick.
Sure. So this doesn't make it into the YouTube video.
This will make it into the YouTube video.
It does not make it into the podcast.
It will make it into both.
So everything.
Everything we do.
Then what does not? You said something doesn't make it into something.
The last word we do is its own separate segment.
Pull it out.
Yeah.
Pull it out.
Just for fun.
Oh, in addition to.
In addition.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Mark.
So, Rich is having this back and forth with this guy, and he asked him to be on, and I saw him put the comment where he's like, I'm going to get ambushed.
Right.
So, I didn't happily sign up for Discuss. As you will know, I'm like, do I have to like log in and have like a username and a password? And
Rich is like, debate this.
So I wrote to him and I said, hey, Bill, because his handle is Bill, Bill Danger Robinson.
Even though it's obviously not his name.
Okay, that's okay. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I said speaking from the point of view of being one of the co-hosts of the show, and hopefully you've watched or listened to the Last Word segment of the show. The last thing I would want or allow is an ambush. We are not have any intention of being or will ever be the gotcha people. We just politely ask if you would be interested. If not, that's okay. And the great thing about phones is you can always hang up. No harm, no foul.
Right. We're not asking him to reveal his face or his name.
Right. I hope that you see there is no malice in my intent, especially, and welcome the opportunity with open arms to speak to you. I'm absolutely okay with my point of view being incorrect, which is why we extended the invitation. Hopefully you'll think it over, but if you decide not to, that's totally understandable. Maybe we can have a dialogue via this format instead. I wish you all the best, Mark.
That's a very, very fair, well-adjusted, mature response.
What did he say back?
I don't remember.
You just read it, so it's right.
No, I read a screenshot.
Oh, you read a screenshot.
Because I'm an egomaniac.
Oh, then don't start this conversation.
I write something.
Oh my god.
Anytime I write something.
Was it not positive? The reply?
No, he said.
Don't quote unless so this is paraphrasing.
Right.
What's the gist of what he said?
Yeah, I have to find. Okay, so Rich gave me. Okay, so
we're so prepared.
No, this is free form, baby.
People listen.
All right, so the actual
shockingly.
Okay, so where's Will Danger?
And it's not just like us, like repeat.
No, what's funny actually is and he said this later on in the show or later on in the comments because of course he just had he's one of these people who's got to get the last word in, like, which I guess just makes the last word segment more ironic.
I just realized that you can Google NEPAScene.com and Bill Danger Robinson and get all these threads.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he says, well, obviously, the YouTube your YouTube videos don't have that many hits, so obviously nobody listens to you anyway. And I said, well, that's funny because if you actually did 2 seconds of research, you'd find that our show comes out on Tuesday on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher.
Yeah.
So you're not taking into account all the people that listen to that. And then by the end of the week, we put out the video as kind of a supplement. Just for the hell of it.
Do you have an approximation of how many listeners you get on an average video?
We on an average podcast.
The podcast, excuse me.
Yeah, we're averaging now about 200
listeners.
About 200 regular listeners.
That's nice.
Per podcast, and I'm counting all the formats.
Right, like
holy shit, Rich.
I know. Well, he just goes off and off and off. So I'm like, all right.
I thought he just had my one reply. No. So I wrote that thing and he goes, thanks, but I'm not interested in performance or amateur stand-up.
But what is that like?
And then
as if this isn't genuine is what he's saying.
And then Rich spends the next up until a couple hours ago destroying.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you see, shit, Rich.
Here's the thing that I've this is why I'm going to just have to just ban them from the site, because obviously I've seen people banned for less on other sites just because that's all they're doing. They're there to try to destroy the conversation.
It's certainly not like he hasn't had his chance.
Yeah, exactly. But I find it fun to kind of turn the tables on these guys and just kind of do the same thing to them that they're doing to you, because they don't get that. Usually they're bullies and they like to bully other people.
Totally support that. But I'm sure you've also reached the conclusion that that's not worth your time.
Oh yeah, it's.
I fully endorse what you're doing.
Right, because
from a human standpoint.
Yeah, like last night, I sent a reply and then I'm like, I'm spending too much time doing this. I got to get back to work.
Negativity breeds more negativity.
Yeah, because and that's exactly it. Is we can go back and forth all day. He's not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change his mind.
Right.
But the thing is his conclusion, I guess, if you want to pull out of that whole thread, was that we should not be wasting our time talking about arts and entertainment. They are useless to the area, essentially. What we should be talking about is we should be doing investigative journalism. And with this investigative journalism, we should pull out all the corruption and all the evil from the area and just oust it.
That's totally a valid idea.
And I get that. But
why doesn't he?
But that's exactly what I said. Is he even at one point he actually says, bring me on as a contributor.
So he's okay.
Bring me on as a contributor. Pay me to do this, and I will give you content that will get eyeballs. So he's going to do that. But here's the thing. And I said, but NEPA Scene.
Rich, you're really angry about that.
Well, but here's the thing. His NEPA Scene was built from nothing, with no budget whatsoever.
Right.
So if I can do it, you can do it too.
And it wasn't like he said, well, I want to do it, help me get to that point.
Right.
It's right. No, that's negativity breeding negativity.
The reason that it bothers me, and the only reason that I've even given him the time of day, is because I feel like he's representative of that cynical, nasty Northeast PA attitude that, where everything sucks, everybody sucks, but I have no evidence or reasoning for it. I have no real statistics to back these things up.
Could I read one thing that he says that I just finally came across?
Sure.
You told me when he replied I would get like an email notification. I never got it.
Do others engage in this conversation besides?
Sometimes. Yeah.
No.
No. There's nobody. There's no one.
No, not the Bill Danger Robinson.
No, not.
Oh
him.
no. I mean,
this is nobody bothers to talk.
I meant with him. I didn't mean overall.
Yeah.
This is out of it's out of context, considering there's 8 sentences before.
I understand.
So he says, yet the big takeaway here, the elephant in the room that you refuse to address, is the racism.
I addressed it I addressed it at least 3 times, by the way.
Not to mention corruption, etc., that exists in NEPA. We don't need more disgruntled weekender types giving thumbs up to every mediocre open mic dilettante. What we need are people.
He had to look that one up.
I know he did.
I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed, though. That's a good word.
What we need are people in the trenches who will do the real work of journalism and put in the effort to cover real issues that matter and affect people's lives. The ball is in your court. Run with it. If you want content that draws eyeballs and want to pay me, let me know. Otherwise, good luck. P.S.
Okay, we're not done.
Point us in the direction of the thoughtful investigative reporting you promise in your manifesto, and try to do so without talking about me. Tell us what you've done, make believe that I don't exist, and point us in the direction of anything you have originated that might actually get non-white people on the payroll in Scranton or Wilkes-Barre or Luzerne and Lackawanna counties. Send one of your black friends out in Scranton and document the response they get when they try to rent an apartment. Do that and get back to me. Brevity is the soul of wit, etc., etc.
There was no brevity.
You can't end brevity is the soul of wit with any etceteras.
Or after saying that was a part of what he said.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to defend him until that happened.
That was exact. I was going to give him stance that I do agree there is a very large amount of racism in this area. There's
everywhere.
There's a lot of racism in the country. Okay, that's all perfectly fine. It's like, go talk to Rachel Ray and be mad that she does a cooking show. That's what the woman has chosen.
She's too perky.
She's too perky. What does cooking have to do? Well, first of all, to this gentleman, and I'll say this flat out, you are welcome to discuss with me as an adult, and I respect that your opinion is different than mine, and that's fine. To say that arts and entertainment and culture and this is coming from the king of dilettantes, that does not have an effect on the community, you're wrong. Right. You are incorrect, false. That is not true. I agree that investigative journalism is just as, if not maybe, in cases more important, then go by right ahead, do that. Be the change you want to see.
Yes.
And don't say bad things about me.
Well, the thing is,
actually, I don't care.
Investigative journalism takes time, money, and resources. And those are all very precious
And this gentleman has expressed he wants to get paid. I do too.
It took a year and a half to bring down Nixon. You know what I mean?
Here's
Woodward and Bernstein weren't, they didn't do it in a weekend.
Well, that's the thing is you have to build up something that people trust, that people care about, that people actually read. And then, you can start to introduce these kinds of ideas. You can't just put it out there because I've seen a lot of the local political blogs, if you want to call them that. And there's some of them are great. There's some really interesting ones. There's a lot of them that are conspiracy theorist bullshit where maybe a quarter of what's said is actually true, and the rest of it is people going off on these crazy rants and tangents, or specifically picking fights with people they politically don't like,
right?
As opposed to actually,
it's
having
not
a real
reporting;
dialogue.
it's an op-ed.
Exactly, and that's the thing is a guy like him, he's going to make those kinds of rookie mistakes. Whereas, I said we're not having a dick measuring contest here, even though we've proven that you obviously have no balls because you refuse to come on the show and talk to us.
But that has nothing to do with your dick.
Here's I would disagree. I think it does.
One does not need to have balls to be courageous.
The thing is,
look at Elsa.
The thing is
I don't know, I'm frozen.
I feel like his main thing here is racism. He hates racists and he hates racist people. Clearly, I mean, it's obviously something that means
but aren't
racist
jerks?
Well, here's what I have to say about that. And
they don't always come across.
He did not respond to this. Like he didn't respond to anything else that I had said. Is that I feel like any hate of any kind, whether it's against your race, your gender, your sexuality, or just who you are as a person, who you've chosen to be, where you ended up in life, whatever, is fucking wrong to begin with.
Right.
So aren't you just as bad as the people you supposedly think are ruining this area? You think racism has eaten at this area like a cancer. I kind of think all hate does that. I think that's what hate does. So you spreading hate on the internet, hating everyone and everything and the way that they do things, and you telling them how to live and whatever, isn't that the exact same thing as a hate-filled racist telling other people how to live, what to do with their lives?
Well, it's the same book, different cover.
Right, exactly. So I feel like people like that you're not contributing to anything. You're not helping anything. So don't tell other people to go in and do that for you. I think it's arrogant.
I think we can all agree that everyone has the right to their opinion.
Yeah.
And everyone has the right to voice. I mean, this gentleman has the right to voice anything he wants. He has the right to voice anything he wants, say whatever he wants.
As long as he doesn't have a call to action.
It's exactly. He can express any opinion and feeling that he has without denying that same right to others. And it kind of sounds like, and I haven't read everything and I haven't read every side of his story, so I can't say with 100% certainty, but with 99% certainty, it seems that he does not want others to have a voice.
I'm going to throw this out there. Mm-hmm. I think we should put Bill Danger Robinson to bed.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I don't think 100%.
I was totally going to suggest that.
I don't think we need to ban him.
To quote Otho, you read my mind.
I think
nobody got that.
He really just enjoys us responding to him. We are totally just feeding his ego.
For the record, keep going, Lauren. I'm sorry.
Like a bad dog who is behaving poorly, we must turn our backs to him and ignore that he exists until he corrects his behavior.
Okay, thank God you said that. Because I was going to say, until you learn how to have polite discourse and have an open mind and be willing to discuss differing opinions in a way where it's not, you broke my Barbie, so I'm going to burn all your G.I. Joes to the fucking ground. Like, until he's willing to be fair and have a discussion, that's fine. I think we've exhausted enough breath on him.
Oh, yeah.
That being said, we don't hate Bill Danger Robinson. We dislike what he thinks and what he does. there's this great saying where, it's like you love your family, but you don't always have to like them.
Right.
Bill, I meant what I said when I wrote what I wrote. We are having a little bit of fun at your expense, but, sorry.
I'm not Bill.
Sorry, you kind of put yourself out there for it. You know, just like we do. Like, we're putting ourselves out there for criticism too. Yep. And you're welcome to have it. And we're willing to have a debate with you, and we're willing to have an intelligent conversation. And we're also, everyone in this room, minus Connor because he's not here every week, and minus Jimmy because he's working his ass off, we're all willing to say when we're wrong. Sure. We don't have an ego about this. These are our opinions. These are the things that we think. If we're wrong, we're fucking wrong. Like, own it.
But that's the thing is at the end of the day, we weren't wrong about anything. All we did was we made an arts and entertainment website, and then he said, "Well, it shouldn't be an arts and entertainment website. You should do this instead." Well, that's
Bill, go
not wrong.
fucking do it.
Right.
Like, what's stopping you?
I would like to second Lauren's suggestion.
The fact that you're on 8,000 other discuss pages, like, fuck off. Go do your own thing, man.
Well, seriously. I want to end it on a positive note.
Yeah.
Because
on a positive note, I had a good BM today. I feel really great about it. I'm just kidding.
You do understand by doing things like that, you just played right into his hand.
I'm trying to motivate him through tough love.
Okay.
Right. That's all I'm trying to do.
You do whatever you got to do.
I tried to be real polite to him. I'd still be
you
real
do, Mark.
polite to
he
him.
does, Bill.
If he called me up, I'd be like, "Hey, sir, what's going on? How are you? Can we talk? Let's have a discussion."
What if it's like one of you?
If I find out it's Jimmy, I'm going to go through the roof. It's probably fucking Jer. That's who's doing it.
That would be kind of poetic.
Yeah, it would.
And Jimmy's like sitting back, riding home in his car, listening to the podcast, going like, "Son of a bitch, they're talking about me again."
I don't have time. I would love to have that much time.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man.
So what positive note are we going to end it on, Rich?
All right. Well, it's how to do positive dialogue correctly, and it happens all the time. He's literally the only guy. Which is why we've dedicated too much time to him.
We're just trying to change you into a better person, Bill.
Yeah, which is never going to happen.
Bill,
so
there's some sunshine somewhere.
All of our commenters are usually really great, and they have positive feedback and interesting things to say. And one of the things is the Kirby Center recently announced that Daniel Tosh, who hosts Tosh.0 on Comedy Central, will be doing stand-up at the Kirby Center.
Right?
Yeah, I believe so. And he is obviously a controversial comic. He makes a lot of controversial jokes and things. It's kind of his shtick. Mm-hmm. And so people love him or hate him. And so Jamie commented on our I'm just using first names. Commented on our Facebook page and said because now he just sold out. He's selling out the first date, and then they're opening up a second time.
Good for him.
Because obviously a lot of people in the area must like his stuff. And that's common with a lot of the comedians around here. Jerry Seinfeld had 2 shows in a row.
Yeah.
Because he sold really well
because
here.
This area is looking to laugh.
Right. So Jamie says, no offense, but figures NEPA would sell out a comedian who uses bigotry and rape as a crutch, but leave the Kirby Center half empty for a comedy workhorse like Gaffigan. And he's referring to Jim Gaffigan, who's absolutely hysterical, and I totally agree. And so I said, no offense taken on our part, Jamie. I said, we welcome readers' opinions, and Tosh certainly inspires that love him or hate him reaction. Our staff certainly has mixed feelings, though we could all agree that Gaffigan is absolutely hilarious. Was the turnout really that underwhelming the last time that he was in the area? And he said, yeah, I feel like it was reflected in his performance. I like Tosh.0. There's a love him or hate him eternal debate even among his fans. And you see, that's how you have an actual dialogue. He, it said right off the bat, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this guy. I think that his comedy isn't that good. He didn't say he's a nasty bigot and he should go die. He said, I think he relies too much on the bigotry and the rape jokes.
And, I know very little about Daniel Tosh, other than Tosh.0. That's my only
right.
experience of him. So I had no idea that that was a part of
he's a boundary pusher.
I believe it was sometime last year he had made a joke that didn't go over well.
I think it was a Twitter joke.
I believe it was a rape joke, and he had some backlash. So of course, like most people, they apologize. I don't know how much of an earnest apology it was, or if it was I might lose my big time Comedy Central job if I don't.
You do your celebrity penance.
Yeah, exactly. So, he says, I'm sorry, everybody moves on, and everybody forgets that it happened, which is probably why you hadn't heard about it.
My point is,
sure.
The conversation going like that makes me want to investigate it further. Whereas had it been a all caps yelling thing, I would have dismissed it immediately.
Exactly.
Right.
No, because now I'm
because I wouldn't care. Well, but now I actually kind of want to look. I want to learn. I don't know
much about him.
I would like to know.
Yeah.
Right. So
is that true, or is that being a little? Is that a little unfair?
No, he says stuff like that, but he says it. Yeah, but he said, Carlin did a whole bit on. This is not condoning any of this, but like comedians. Go to dark places a lot of the times to try to incite, an emotion or saying something that's totally outrageous.
But and with that keeping that in mind, obviously. But what I think would were you the one who responded to that?
Yes.
That your response, like directly reading.
Yep.
What I thought was so great about that, one, it was you acknowledged their right to their view. Two, thanked them for giving any kind of feedback, positive or negative, and then you posed a question. Because so many times you see when people do things like that, they don't care for something. It's just, sorry you feel that way, and you can totally tell. And I've used that technique too when you really don't want to engage anymore.
Right.
You could tell like you wanted, that would have left an open-ended question. And I do feel when someone poses a criticism, it is totally right. You have the right to say, I don't like him because of these material he used or this incident that happened. But okay. You're the one who's you put the soapbox up there now. Defend your.
And now you've made other people interested.
Right. Exactly. And I think that's phenomenal the way that was handled.
Well,
so
the other thing is like, great, engage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just don't let it be a fly-by-night thing, which is what you didn't do.
Nothing can get worse by having a conversation.
And that's the thing is I just wanted to stress that
most
how
things,
prophetic.
That if you do disagree with us, if you do leave a comment, just realize that we're people, we're human, we make mistakes or we say things that you may or may not agree with or whatever, but we'll talk to you, like it's not going to turn into a back and forth angry war unless that's what you're demanding, which is what a guy like Bill demands. We're really, I want to have those types of conversations where we're much more friendly and fun. Like there was a guy who commented, his name is Warren, and he said we did an Oscar roundup story, and he just goes, I couldn't care less, just in all caps.
Cool.
I couldn't care less. So all I said was, and you wonder why the Academy snubbed you this year. And he goes, cute. That was his response because, it wasn't like...
See, I would have went touche. All right,
yeah,
good
yeah,
job.
All right.
Basically the same kind
good
of
job,
thing.
Yeah,
sir.
Exactly. I'm not going to disagree with you because like we said before, do they matter? Yeah and no. Okay, I totally get that reaction.
But there's never any malice behind it.
No,
like
there isn't.
I post, look, unfortunately we live in a world where to have any sort of relevance, you have to kind of engage in social media, and I never, unless it's like a really critical issue, gay rights, racism, stuff like that. I will take a stand on that where I'm like, these are obviously wrong. Like if the Supreme, when the Supreme Court shot down, there was 2 court cases for the gay rights movement, and I was like, hell yeah, post that. I was the equal sign as my profile picture, all that. Nobody really gave me any shit, I
love how you look to me, by the way. I just want to point that out. Love you look to me yeah, because I get I'm
sorry, Connor. I was working the room, and I just happened to be at you at that moment.
I get text message every time there's an update.
So, I mean, but I'll also post stuff that like
Krispy Kreme just put up a rainbow poster.
Pisses people off.
Right.
and usually it's like
I would
thoughts
be okay
because you have to and brands struggle with this every day, whether they're huge multi-million-dollar corporations or something really small. Is you want to have a personality, you want to actually show that we're human over here, but at the same time you also want to try to please everyone and not you
can't.
But you can't.
It's not about pleasing everyone, and you can't.
I'm not wording that right, and not about pleasing everyone per se, but you just want you want to show that you're a person, but at the same time, by doing that, you're also going to have people who disagree with who you are as a person, and so you're going,
which is okay.
Which it is, but I think some people have these crazy overreactions.
Agreed. Yeah. But I think the way you handled that the Tosh.0 issue was very well handled, and Jamie, whoever he or she may be, I think that was a fantastic. That's a valid point. I have no stance on it because I don't know enough about it to make an educated comment. But I think whether we're talking about the Fringe or investigative journalism in this region or any of the other slew of topics we talked about tonight, anyone can have their opinion. Try to be respectful about it, and at the end of the day, just be nice to everybody.
The takeaway from this is don't be an asshole.
Don't be a jerk.
And then with everyone in this room and including Jimmy and Jer who aren't here, I love all you guys. So I want to say thank you for.
And can we all give a special mention to the fact that one of us sitting in this room was recently married. Rich was recently married to his lovely wife now.
Yeah.
My goodness, how does it feel, Rich?
We've been living together.
It feels like the day before.
With a much smaller bank account.
Yes.
By half.
But a couple of really cool tax breaks. That's about it. We've been living together the past couple of years. Right. So the transition was pretty easy. It was really like the stress was building up to the wedding, getting everything done for the actual event,
it's a really
which we kept
really
party. Small. Yeah, it is. It is the most complicated party. Like people, cancel at the last minute and all kind. You never know, what's going to come up. But in the end, everything turned out really great. We had a great day. Everybody was happy.
You had fun?
We had fun.
You love each other?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
That's it. So yeah, it was. Thank you for bringing that up.
Of course.
Maybe I can speak for everybody, but I just want to say congratulations, and I'm really happy for you because most people that I know that marry. Well, I shouldn't really say that, but there's a lot of people that I know that married women who are just deplorable people. And your wife is absolutely phenomenal.
I'm sure some of those men weren't peaches themselves.
Oh, probably not. Well, no, wait. Let me take that back. Assuredly not.
She is extremely supportive, especially during this crazy time of transition with NEPA Scene.
You can't like that's because love.
A lot of significant others would have said you're nuts for trying to start something like this. There's no way you're going to get off the ground. Go get a real job and be miserable so we can pay bills.
You know what? It's awesome. It's awesome to share in your dreams with somebody, man.
Yeah, and really, cool. She's really like the unsung hero behind this whole thing.
Well, behind every good man is a very even better woman.
That's absolutely
and speaking from Mark, sometimes a
man,
a better man.
That's right.
I think we can all say that we're so happy for the opportunity to share our little nonsensical thoughts and opinions on the world. So I just want to thank you all so much for having me, and I really encourage everyone, if you're interested in the Fringe, contact us and. We're going to bring this on home because we've been talking for a really long time.
Yeah. So, but please support the Scranton Fringe Festival. It's not till October, but you have plenty of time to learn more about it.
Submit.
If you're an artist, please submit to this really cool event and try to be a part of it and make this thing huge because it deserves to be.
Thank you. ScrantonFringe.org/apply. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr.
NEPAscene.com. Thank everybody for listening.
Thank you.
Goodbye.